guys, Coding is back, and today we're doing CSS Transform. Like I said in the last video, I told that I was gonna give a CSS Transform video soon, and that's the day today, or whenever you're watching it. So, in my previous video, I mentioned this transform thingy in CSS, a transform property, in my previous video about amazing hover effects on buttons, hover animations, and using only HTML and CSS. In case you like the sound of that, please do check that out. And then I'm going to be teaching you CSS Transform today. And then that's super duper fun, isn't it? And then, okay, so let's not get all of that gatey feeling. So let's get started. In case you like this sort of content, please subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel, watch my previous videos, like them, and I don't know, do whatever you want. But in case you like them, please like them. Rhetorical, but yeah. So to start off, I have a Google Chrome icon, which you can basically find by just going to the internet and typing Chrome icon, and then you'll get a bunch of results, and then you can just download one of them into your folder. And then I have an index.html with some markup, with some code in it, and then basically I'm just gonna run you through over it. And then I have a link tag linking the style.css. I have a title, CSS Transform. I have an H1 with CSS Transform, and then I have an image of the Google Chrome picture. And then yep, that's it. I have a style.css too with some of the basic. Oops, this was a little weird code. I'm just gonna add back the height. 500 pixels. 500 pixels. This is just Emmet. I have an entire video on that for HTML and CSS. In case you want to check that out, it's gonna be linked in the cards. And yep, this is the general styling where I just cancel all of the margins, padding, and then box sizing. And then, yeah, the image height and width, all of them gone. Sorry, the height and width are 500 pixels each. So I have it open with live server. So, yep, this is how it looks. And as I said in the last video, I love teaching with documentations. I find that super duper interesting. And then, so let's get started. The transform property in CSS, as it says here, is used to do whatever you want with a particular element, be it an image, be it text, be it buttons. You can move it around, you can rotate it, you can stretch it, you can manipulate it however you want. So these are some of the demo stuff that you could do with Transform. I'm not going to be going over all of them. I'm not going to be going over Matrix since I have never used it, and I don't think anybody is going to use it that much. So I'm not going to go over that. So the first property we're going to learn is translate. So what translate essentially does is it moves that particular image or object from one place to another. So I'm just going to tinker with this before I start writing the code. So I'm just going to put 0 pixels so it doesn't move. With 10 pixels, it moves a little bit. I'm just going to put 50 pixels. Yep, to see the difference, it moved from about here to about here. These are 50 pixels. And then this specifies how much you want to put up and down. Oops, 70 pixels. See, it goes down. The reason it actually goes down in sort of maybe a slanting way probably is because of the margin and padding, etc. I never really know what that is about, but yeah, you can actually memorize all the values and know where it's going to lead, where it's going to end up. So it's basically a trial and error method. Oh, I picked this value 1. Oh no, it's not working. I picked value 2. Oh, it's working. And then value 3 still isn't working. And then yeah, you just have to try and do whatever you want to make it work. So that's just translate. So we can also put percentages to mark the. So suppose 40% moves this much, and you could put percent, pixels, REM, but that would just make it go out of the page. I should have warned you. My bad. Free room. That makes it a lot better. Okay, so I just stick to pixels whenever I'm using this because it's the easiest way to actually use it. And you can also put negative values. Suppose you want it to go up. In the second value, you put a negative one, it goes up. And then the first one, you put a negative one, it goes to the left. So basically, the first value, left and right. Left is negative, y is positive. Sorry, left is negative, right is positive. In case in your math class you've ever encountered integers in the number line, the left part of the number line is always full of negative numbers and the right part is full of positive numbers, so that's how you can remember it. And for here, I don't know if you've heard of the Cartesian coordinate plane, which is basically a, I'm not gonna explain it. It's just a plane where you put points, lines, or where it's a graph, 2D graph where you can visualize stuff. So yeah, the top is positive and bottom is negative. But in this case, you just reverse it. I don't know what they were thinking about that, but in this case, you just reverse it. And now we tinker with this. So I want to position it in the center. How do we do that? So transform, translate. Just gonna put 100 or actually 50 pixels. It's nothing else. It moves a little bit. 100. It moves a little bit more. Okay, I can't put it like side by side thingy, but let's try 350. More close. 400. Even closer. What about 500? Yep. I don't know if it's perfect or something, but this essentially leads to the little bit at the bottom. But I'm just gonna put like 20% of thing, so it goes a little bit down. And this looks about perfect. I don't know if my eye skills or anything is being wrong or not, if I'm not able to judge this properly. But this is essentially how I think of it to be centered. So transform is done, translate is done, and then yeah, there's one more segment to all of these. You can essentially try to transform, translate X, or you could translate Y or Z. Z is like the third dimension. I'm just gonna put these in comments so you can still have them as a reference. But yeah, let's translate Z. Yeah, I'm just so you can still have these. I don't send them completely deleting them, so yeah. And I want to rotate it. I want to rotate that so it completely becomes upside down. So what we're gonna do for that is transform, rotate. There are two types of units for this. You could put it in decimals or percentages. So let's try that. And then there's also degrees. Don't forget. So let's try 50%. Does it work? I don't know, and I'm not able to notice the difference at all. I feel so dumb. Or you might not be able to do this. 0.5 turn. Yeah, that works. See. I don't know if it's exactly 50% or not. But I think this is half of that. Let me just try 50% right now. 50% turn. Oh no, you can't use percent. You can't use percentages. You can only use decimals. So let's try that. Or you can also use degrees and decimals. So let's try degrees. Transform, rotate. What is half of 360, 180 degrees? So essentially it yields the same result. So yep. So that's rotate function. After rotate, I'm gonna talk about what scale. Scale is to make it small, big, small, big. Skew is to stretch it. I'm not gonna teach you skew as well because it isn't important. But I suggest we can go over it. I've never used skew before, so I don't know how this is gonna turn out. So translate. Wait, you can scale it and translate it. Yep, you can. And then let's go to, where's that scale again? Okay, scale. Let's see. So I want to make this like, I I don't know how I want to make it, but I'm just gonna tinker and try. Scale. I'm just gonna make it 4.9. Let's see how will I come back. I thought something was gonna happen to it. It crushed my hopes. I feel depressed that it crushed my hopes. Okay, let's focus. Okay, so essentially, let's try putting other values to see it's the same way. Okay, let me try then 2.5, like the example showed. Well, it's not working. Why isn't it working? I'm just gonna put this, then put this. Okay, why didn't it work? Oh, it worked. I don't know what was happening. Perhaps I misspelled transform or misspelled scale. See, now you got it all stretched like a prata or a paratha, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Or a paratha if you're an Indian. I don't know. So let's go on. Let's transform scale. Let's try percentages. 40%. Oh, I need a comma. 50%. Sounds good. Okay, let me just try and comment this out for once. Did that yield anything? Did I do something wrong? Oops. Okay, probably you can only use integers and decimals or pixels and all that. You can't use pixels, only integers and decimals. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't make this, so I'm so sorry. So, only decimals and integers as values. Okay, I'm gonna rush a little bit because I don't have enough time, or I think we're done. So I'm not gonna be teaching you skew because it's really easy, but essentially this contains all of the syntax of this, what sort of values can you input and all that. So I highly recommend you to look at this documentation. It's gonna be in the description below. And then yeah, you could apply more than one style. I'm just gonna be showing you that 1 second. I'm gonna make it move and then groove like in the song. Transform. Scale. I'm just gonna scale it to a 2 and then 0.5. 0.5. Oops. Translate minus 100%. Where did that bring me? Okay, I feel bad for that guy. He wanted to be the spotlight, but he couldn't. So minus 50%. So where is it? Nowhere. How? Minus 13%. Oh, he just moved all the way to the left. Very bad boy. So yeah, that's how you could do all sorts of transform operations to this. We've only scratched the surface. There are a lot more that you could use if you want to manipulate your images and all of the above. So this is it for now. This is where I'll leave you. I will miss you. And then I'm just going to go. So bye bye everybody and have a nice day and stay tuned for my next videos. Thank you everybody for watching. This is Coding Girl and I'm bye-bying and peacing out. So this is Coding Girl peacing out. Bye bye.